English listening material site. Suppose there are two rectangles in A4 size paper. There is a big rectangle in the left side and a small one in the right. The left big one area is more than 10 times as large as the right narrow one. We see the A4 paper in our view of time. We start from the middle of time. Suppose the left one is painted yellow and the right one is also painted yellow. The left one bocome white soon, and then gray, and soon white, and soon red. But right vertical rectangle is still yellow but a little affected by the left color. The fundamental yellow is always same. The left big rectangle changes color next to next. The population of the present China Communist Party's country is more than 10 times as big as Japan's population. Guess I am standing surrounded by more than 10 Chinese. Perhaps they are almost taller than me, and they are more violent, talkative, and insist louydly than I. In fact, China's area is 23 times the area of Japan. I was watching the video of NHK which showed about louydly temple construction and reconstruction. The narrator often comments it reminds us Chinese features. It would be natural for him that everything was affected by China. But I thought I wonder he needs to say about effect of China each time. At most in China the color changes often in 50 years. In 100 years, or in 200 years, each time different race invaded into the big rectangle and they destroyed the former dynasty. The newcomer killed almost all former people as much as they could and broke cultures and fired former history and wrote new history for them. The old histories are not precious to them. Of course they use them when they think it is useful for them. That's why they made the fake stories such as Nanking Massacre, comfort women, colonized, and forced labor, in spite of the historical truth and fact that they killed their own many millions. People in Cultural Revolution of Mao Tuesday Tunnel in the Tiananmen and killed many tens thousands their own people in size Uto in Korea. Korea Peninsula is exactly same as China, but always imitating and was afraid of and hated China because it was a belonging small country to China. And their nature had been distorted. Korean people wanted to think Japan was inferior to them because it located much further than Korea, although the Korea Peninsula was only a isle between China and Japan. The Hattori in Japan, I think it accumulation of the facts proved they really existed in this world and true scientifically. But Japan's history is also affected by the big demands of China and Korea and other countries including USA and etc. And it is affected by the Japanese people who had been affected by those countries. Especially, for example, WGIP and the purge of the public officials after the World War II and still now, Juche idea of North stupid absurd dictatorship. But we have many real proofs scattered all over whole Japanese archipelago which shows us we have long history and was not cutted by other color in time. Tenno, like emperor, has a longer history than any other kingdom, monarch or dynasty in other countries. And now we knew there had been the magnificent Joumon civilization which had lasted for more than 10,000 years here in Japan. There is a continuity. I think Joumon era was the founder of present Japan's culture and people. Now the newest scientific knowledges, including DNA gene analysis studies, tell us we can be proud of Japan and we have to protect Japan and Japanese, including ancestors who had dwelled on these islands. About 7,000 islands for more than dozens thousands years and made and preserved. We have to inherit and hand to the next generation to next like our anthem, Kamiga yo, may our world long live as long as the Japan